Alright, so today I'm going to start working on the leather ammo belt, and by leather I mean pleather. So I've got my nice templates from the tinted helmet. I did not make those myself. I will post credit for who actually provided the templates in the information below. So I got a nice bit of vinyl. I got a half yard just to see what would happen. I'm hoping that this serves my purpose pretty well. First I'm going to be measuring the belt width. So the belt is a certain width, and then I'm going to double it up. And then it's supposed to be your waist plus 6.7 inches. So I will be measuring that out here in a few minutes. So I hope you enjoy. Thank you. Bye. So some notes on adjusting sizes on printing. Make for sure to print not in color and a few times so you can get the printing settings set just right. Walking Dead Compendium 1 just made a little showing. As you can see, I've got the belt now cut out, and I go to marking the center line here. Once I've marked the center line, I add the spray adhesive in several coats over the course of the next couple minutes. After I felt like the coat was on well enough, I started to fold the belt in half. As you can see, trying to lock it down into place so it sits. Didn't work out quite so well. Set it to the table and went to work cutting out the actual covering for the boxes. These boxes, I didn't want to put in just blocks of wood. I actually wanted small pouches that worked. So right here, I'm changing the templates, which are not exactly the right size, to the correct size and transferring onto a thicker cardstock. This later on helps me immensely whenever I go to cut out all of the rest of the templates. It gives me a much easier way to trace out and then cut out that vinyl. As you can see, I've started now making the boxes. These boxes are going to not be large, but they're going to be big enough. The jigsaw did not work well. Now I'm back actually putting the boxes together. This went fairly well and fairly quickly, just trying to get it all down. Once I have the box put together, I run it through the sander real quick, and then I go ahead and add that covering. Sometimes I forget whenever I'm making these to keep my hands in view of the camera. As you see, I sort of drift down there. This is a sort of tedious task, but I think it actually turned out really very good looking. After setting up my sewing machine, I run the belt through. This looks like it went very quickly, but I've actually got it set up to run very fast. It was a very tedious process, and I cut out small portions of this so you didn't have to watch it. Understand that the adhesive really messed with the actual needle. I was having a lot of trouble getting the stitching to look correctly, but on the outside of the belt it now looks very good, and so the belt actually I'm actually quite tickled with. Going back downstairs, I went ahead and cut out the strap for the outside of the pouch. As you see, I didn't make it a super wide, large strap. I in fact made it just a little over the width that it needed to be, folded it back on itself, and then attached it to the box. I actually think this turned out really well. I even added the small stitching along the bottom, and without the adhesive it actually stitched through very well. As you see, I've now slowed down the video to give you a good view of what the first box looked like, as well as what the belt looked like. The belt fits it exactly as it should. The box slips right over the top of it on the outside of the belt, not the inside of the belt, so I got to flip that around. And it actually turned out really well. I'm going to be attaching the outsides with velcro. Hope you enjoyed.